Indeed it is. I'm going to start right now. Okay, baby. Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Unfortunately, another headline for Christmas was the death of another person from the world of professional entertainment and athletics. It was LPGA golfer Kathy Whitworth, and as the headline said, she was the record 88-time LPGA winner. What the headlines left out was that she died exactly 88 days after her birthday and on Christmas Eve. And we've been talking a lot about 88 in recent days. Franco Harris dying exactly 88 weeks after promoting the jab. What they did with Tory Lanez, who's Mr. 88, the evening before this, just before Christmas Eve. And again, if you're new here, Gematria, it is very revealing. Please look into what Gematria is. It is the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. Again, in Kabbalah's Book of Formation, it states God created the world with numbers, letters, and words. If you look into Kabbalah, there's a light half, a good half, and there's a dark half, which has a lot to do with ritualism and numbers. And again, it is a Jewish code. Notice how in Gematria, Jewish has that Gematria 74 and 88. So does the word poison. If you're new here, Gematria is just the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards with numerology. Very intuitive. And a favorite method of killing by the Jesuits, which is a order that works on behalf of the Catholic Church, which was founded by Jews. Let me spell it correctly. I have the right letters, but the wrong. There we go. A popular method of killing by the Jesuits is arsenic poisoning, and people do die suddenly when they die from arsenic, as is the case with Kathy Whitworth, who died suddenly. And anyhow, just this 88's been a big theme we've been talking about all week with a lot of the celebrity deaths. And notice also, let's come back to poison. Notice how poison has the Gematria 74 as well. Look at the name Kathy Whitworth, 74. And also look at Christmas Eve, the day she died. Christmas Eve, 74. And again, if you look up the word Gematria, you'll find the song Gematria, the killing name. Notice how killing is 74. So is Gematria, which again is a Jewish practice. Holiday is 74. 3 of this nation's first 5 presidents died on July 4th. Again, Adams, Jefferson, and Monroe. And again, it's a hidden thing, meaning it's a cult. A cult 74, as is English, as is energy, all these low vibration stories at the time of the Christian holiday to celebrate Jesus. Notice Jesus is also 74, like cross, like Messiah, like gospel, the story of Jesus, like parables. Jesus spoke in parables, riddles. Jesus Christ's birthday, even though in the Bible it dictates it's in the summer, is celebrated at the winter solstice, the sun's birthday, when the Catholic Church has celebrated the sun's birthday on 12/25 since the year 274 AD. And with regards to the Jesuits, notice what day her birthday is, September 27th, the day in history that the Jesuits were recognized by Rome. That's the day leaving 95 days left in the year, like how their original purpose was to counter the 95 Theses. And then for another familiar pattern we've been talking a lot about this week, Whitworth has that Gematria of 144 and 54, just like Jesuit order. And again, you learn this code. You see how puppets like Elon Musk will offer $54 per share for Twitter on 14/4, where the entire world of big tech is controlled by the Jesuits, and they have these little puppet frontmen like Musk and Bezos and Gates and Dorsey and Sundar Pichai to be the frontmen for these companies that are really part of this larger order. And it's just like with Franco Harris, who died by the numbers. He promoted the jab on April 14th, 14/4, only to die 88 weeks later. And again, poison's 88. And what Bill Gates called this thing to get everybody vaccinated was a decade of vaccines, which is another 88. So just showing you where all the overlap is. Of course, Bill Gates married Melinda Gates, who's from a family of Jesuit priests. Jesuit means Society of Jesus. And with regards to Society of Jesus, for the record, this woman was first named the LPGA Player of the Year in 56 years ago. Society of Jesus, 56. Again, all week we've been talking about these patterns over and over with the suspicious deaths. And I mean, there's even more in her numbers that are interesting. I didn't even mention that she died suddenly at 83. How could I forget? The song Murder by Numbers came out in 83, and Murder's 83. Again, that's another song to look up. How murder is the sport of the elite. It's as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. That song came out in 83. So Kathy Whitworth dies suddenly at 83 as the record holder of 88 tour wins, dying 88 days after her birthday. And we did see this. This is just after the winter solstice, but on the day of the winter solstice, we were talking about this as well. The Franco Harris news came that day, again 88 weeks after beginning promoting the Jam. So anyhow, RIP to this woman, and again, no one's going to question it because they'll say, well, she was 83 years old. But again, this woman might have very well lived on to be, 100 years old. She might have just had the last 17 years of her life taken away. You can live past 100. Looked like she was relatively healthy, thin, in shape at the time of her passing. My guess is she was still playing golf, staying active. But again, you read the story, died suddenly, unexpectedly, after a week of talking about 88 and poison, as if you needed another example. And for people who are new here, not just after a week of talking about 88 and poison, I've been talking about 88 and arsenic poisoning in the Jesuits for years, several years. I probably caught onto that pattern 7 years ago. Probably for 7 years talking about this. So, and again, I was just talking to Jake Cupp, and I was telling him his 83rd birthday's coming up, and I was saying, just be careful when you become 83. And he laughed. I said, I'm serious. I said, I don't mean to put fear in your life, but there's just so many people from the world of entertainment, especially football, who drop dead unexpectedly at age 83. I said, if you have anybody that comes to you they haven't seen in a long time, bringing you some food, some drink, I'd be extra cautious. He was laughing about it, but I said, seriously. And, since I had that conversation just a few days ago, there's been 2 more people in the world of entertainment who've died at 83, including the football player who was a member of that 1966 World Cup winning team. We just talked about that, George Cohen. Again, with football, it's the worst. Just like how a ton of people died during the time of World Cup that were former football players at age 83. You had John Hadle of the NFL die this year in his 83rd year of life, 83 days after the season began. And he was from Kansas. Remember, Kansas won the 83rd March Madness by the numbers, the only team to score 83 points in any game in the tournament. But, anyhow, got to wrap it up there, you guys. And I also want to let you know I'm about to hop on Victor's live stream. Mr. Futures, Mr. Period Futures, no space. Victor and I, it's Victor's idea. Victor has a giveaway idea, so we're going to be giving away some prizes. If you guys want to tune into that, again, keyword giving away prizes. It'll probably be monetary contributions through your favorite, CashApp, VenMo, this type of thing, PayPal. But Victor said, let's start a new annual tradition, giving back to the community for people who make great contributions. So we're going to see how it goes. It's Victor's idea. It's going to be on the Mr. Futures channel, Mr.Futures. I have to get logged in there. It's going to be on Victor's channel, so be sure to tune in.